been good?
Yeah. Done so many kilometres though.
Yeah, I've seen it a little bit.
Not quite to the exotic locations that you've been to, mate. You know, chilling poolside and...
Port Moresby? Yeah.
I had Karatha.
But it's like that, right? So you're travelling, you're doing all sorts of crap, but then you're filming all the pools, and this guy's like living the dream.
Yeah, you show them what you want.
All the toilets in Mongolia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're old air filter stuck on the. Yep. Oh yeah.
For bloody hell, it's So where you've been Karatha, you said?
Yeah, Karatha last week for a couple of days. That was interesting. I didn't feel like I was walking. I felt like I was swimming everywhere. It was so muggy.
Really?
Oh, and
I guess, yeah, it is, isn't it?
And I don't do muggy well. Just
get your tats out, your shirt off and all that?
No one wants to see this, buddy. No one wants to see this.
There's a lot of things a lot of people don't want to see, but they're going to get to see it, mate.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but I'll get arrested again.
Okay. Westrack 2 minutes ago.
Yep.
So you've been, obviously you went Westrack. Where'd you go after that?
So I did, I did a couple. I did 13 years, 14 years at Westrack, around that.
Yeah. What year did you leave?
2013. I want to say 2013, beginning of 2013.
So 5 years after I did.
Yeah, and I ended up going to BHP after that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that wasn't bad. It was good to see from a customer's point of view.
Yeah. Anything different that you thought, being at the dealer, and then suddenly you're working for them, you go, oh yeah, now I see it.
Yeah. I think sometimes the expectations, like, don't get me wrong, I've always got a soft spot for Westrack / Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Some aspects you were like, well, come on, where's the support? Like, we keep getting the same answer, you know, and so certainly probably from a customer point of view, you had ideas in your head around how some of your colleagues operated when you're at the dealer side.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I went to the customer side where I went, okay, I'm not getting what we're paying for here. So that was probably a bit of it.
Yeah.
And so you had the empathy knowing that you'd been in that position, but then after a while you're like, look,
so I like that, to be able to go from the dealer to the customer, and then to now you're more of a well-rounded dude,
Yeah, I think it's probably helped me with my new role at Metso. Because back in an OEM again, people forget Metso's an OEM.
A massive one too.
Huge one. 17,000 employees worldwide. So I've got that experience in that regard. But what I've found is I always find there's a comfort, I think, with OEMs. I haven't worked for, the Komatsus or any of those Hitachis and that, but I would feel it's probably similar. There's something that you get from working in an OEM. I was in Karatha last week, like I said, and I had my very first, I guess you should say, full team address with the team, all of them. So there was about 60 people there. And and I built a quick PowerPoint, and it's 5 PowerPoints. And being sort of bit over 2 months in the role, it was like, right, a few people know me, I've had a chance to meet everyone. It's hard. So my idea was, I got an idea. I'll put a slide up and I'll just put a bundle of pictures up there. And it had the very first day I started at Westrack, when I got my apprenticeship welcome from old Jim Walker, Picture of my parents, me on the open day. Jim Walker, all of those people. And then it just goes through, a bit of a journey. It's a picture of me when I was leading hand down at Boddington, being duct taped to the office chair and pushed over, Bit of that work hard, play hard thing that Westrack was pretty renowned for.
Yeah, but officially that didn't happen, huh?
No, but again, that's what makes you.
Yeah.
That's how you build that rapport with your team. And it goes through, pictures of me in China, pictures here, all of these sort of things that had made my career. And then the bottom line was just all my family. Holidays, kids. And what I wanted to try and explain to people is that as you get through your career and you get through your age, you move through your age, kids come along, I'm a massive car guy, but my car collection has dwindled. And it's not a bad thing. I miss them. Of course I do.
Yeah.
But I look at it and go, well, I've made these sacrifices and we've done this because for me it's about my kids are the priority.
Yeah.
So that bottom, it was very much deliberate to show everyone this is why I do what I do. But then the flip side of that is so they got a bit of a laugh. They got to see a bit of me back when I had hair and 20 kilos lighter, all of that. They're like, who's that bloke? And I went, yeah, funny enough, that's me. And they're like, whoa, what happened? And I said, yeah, I know. I hear that all the time. So it'll catch up.
Just like Neil Crispin, he said it, wouldn't it? Did.
Yep, exactly.
I put that in too.
Yeah, it's, hey, Neil, this one's for you, mate.
He's eating all this stuff, and I go, mate, you need to stop eating this crap. He goes, oh, no, put on weight. And I go, it'll get
you got ya.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, really good guy. But it was interesting because the next picture had the next slide had a completely different tone. And I put it as sobering moments for myself. And the unfortunate part is that every one of those sobering moments resulted in someone dying within our industry.
Yeah.
And ones that I had either been directly involved in some way because I knew the person really well, or I was involved in it because I was at the site or I was in the area that it affected. And you think about that stuff and you go, there's some absolute highs with what we do, and then you've got moments like that.
Oh, no.
And that's you got to look at it and go, the big learning, and we have a young team. There's quite a few new people in Karratha, and you've got to talk to them and say the common effect or the common theme with all of these was that every single one of them was avoidable. And if that's me in 25 years and been in, and that's 4 deaths, that's 4 too many.
Yeah, I know.
So, but again, it's just about that reflection, because people get so, like, you laugh, you joke, you only take 5. It's a funny point, because you get to those part times, and I was one of them. You go, well, I'm doing this because I know if I don't do it, I'll get into trouble. Conscious compliance. I'm doing this not because it's the right thing to do. I'm doing it because if I don't do it, if someone taps me on the shoulder, I get a bollocking. You got to change that mentality for people just to look at a job or look at something and go, you know what? Before I even stop and grab a spanner, let me just have a quick look at things. The old saying, if it smells like shit, normally it is shit.